Yuka and I have been living in our van for the past 2.5 years. In that time, we've traveled around Canada, America, and Mexico while riding our mountain bikes along the way. Sounds like the dream, right? Well, I won't lie, it is. But much of that traveling was done in an unfinished van. With our eagerness to get out on the road, we started our life in the van with quite a few missing features. There were no drawers under the counters, desks for Yuka and I to work at, and we were just piling our stuff into the back. While this definitely had some downsides, the experience we gained on the road allowed us to understand how we use the van and what features the van needed the most. So over time, we added features as we went. In Vancouver, we added a propane-powered shower for convenient hot showers on the road. In Phoenix, we built a large storage box on rails to more easily access our gear and tools. We created a set of desks in Sedona to give us space to edit our videos. We installed a propane heater in Seattle to help keep us warm in colder temperatures. We added lights to our garage to help us see what we were doing in the dark. We added airbags in Arizona to lift our sagging backside. And we added a second water tank to supply that hungry shower. And finally, last spring, we had our friend Ken add some cabinets and drawers under our countertops. And at this point, the van finally felt finished. But now that I'm injured, I have a lot of free time on my hands. It's time for a few more upgrades. The first new feature we wanted to install was a dash cam. We drive a lot, all over the world, so if something crazy happens out in the road, we want to be able to capture it. After some deliberation, we picked up an Ape Man C420 off of Amazon. Ape Man? 420? Who the heck is naming these things? The first thing we needed was a power source. A man on the internet said we could get power from behind this black plastic shroud, which is perfect since we're going to mount our camera right next to it.
I do that.
Cutting into a vehicle's wiring system is always a bit worrying, but since this wire will have power when we start the vehicle, it'll be perfect for powering on the camera when we start the van. With all the connections made and everything put back together,
looks good.
We've got a brand new dash cam. Now we can record any crazy events out in the road, or just get a nice time lapse of our travels. Our next upgrade was to our house battery, a Goal Zero. This unit powers our 12-volt lights, fans, and fridge, and its inverter powers our laptops and any other normal household appliance. And while this battery keeps everything inside the van running, the solar panels on the roof keep it charged up. The only problem is, we usually travel south to sunnier locations in the winter. But now that we can't leave Canada, the solar panels will receive far less light than usual. In the summer, this is not a problem up here since we get plenty of direct light and long days. But in the winter, our spot on the planet is tilted away from the sun, which means the days are short and the sun is low in the sky. Combined with plenty of rainy days, there isn't much power to be gained from the sun at this time of year. Luckily for us, Goal Zero makes a unit called the YetiLink, which will allow us to charge from the van's engine while it's running. So with our Goal Zero temporarily removed from its home,
You're so strong, yeah?
You're so useless, huh?
Sorry.
we can install the new charging module. Next, we needed to connect the module to the battery in the van, which is under the front seat. With access to the battery, we can now loosen the battery terminals to connect the wire.
Oh, that's not good. Are you okay? What happened? Where did you touch?
It touched the metal here.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I connected the positive terminal of the battery directly to the car via the ratchet I was using. This can cause a lot of bad things to happen, including explosions. So try to avoid this. After that little scare, we had to route our cable to the Goal Zero's home. We really wanted a clean install through the floor and behind the wall, so a little disassembly was required. After pulling the wire through and some reassembly, we had a happy house battery charging at around 750 watts from our van's alternator. Our next project would be a little more digital. Over the years, Yuka and I have been storing all our footage on various hard drives. The more footage we collected from our travels, the harder it was to find, as it could be on any number of different hard drives. We needed to consolidate all our footage to a single location. So what we bought is called network attached storage, basically a small computer filled with hard drives. The plan was to place this unit into one of our drawers and run network cables from it to each of our desks. So with Yuka's hard work and my supervision, we ended up with a drawer with some holes in the back of it. This would allow us to connect the various cables required and provide proper ventilation for the unit's fans. With everything in place, all we have to do is plug into our network ports, and we'll have our 37 terabytes of footage at our fingertips. It's pretty much all cat videos though. Another upgrade on our van was new tires. We got a set that would handle off-road driving better than the stock set, but they also had the side effect of picking up rocks. And once on the highway, they eject these rocks out at high speed. This normally wouldn't be a problem, except that the exhaust on our propane heater is right behind the front right wheel. The rocks have been tearing it apart. The solution? Mud flaps. This new set should deflect these projectiles, saving the heater from the onslaught. Like most homes, our van will never be finished. There will always be something to add or fix to make it the best it can be. And we've already got some ideas for what we want to add in the future. But that will be a video for another day. But until then, thanks for watching and stay gnarly.